Good morning, it's Nancy today. My pink hat must be in the back of the car somewhere. Anyway, so we're on our way to church and we're having our first snow. There you have it. Just a little bit, nothing too exciting. But the roads are not frozen yet, so it's a bit tricky out there. Just a little bit tricky. Well, so let's see. It's morning. It's another day. I wear all these colors because I don't go in for the all black. There's enough black and white in nature at this time of year without adding to it by what we wear. So here we are, a little bit of springtime. So have you got anything to say, Willem?
No.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
There. I have nothing to say. Mention, nothing to say. I probably do have a lot to say, but I can't talk about things, you know. You can't talk about people who don't want to be talked about, especially that all the world might talk about. But so I have two things on my mind, but I have to think about something else to tell you. But those two things on my mind are pretty big and I can't get past them. So, we're going to church. Willem has to be at church very early because he's in the branch presidency. So I brought my violin along. My friend brings her violin. She has to wait for her husband after church as well. So she brings her violin and then we trade off and on and play. So I'll practice this morning. Well, maybe I'll practice when nobody's arriving. But see, people are all arriving for the next while. But not for the little while, so I can practice then. You know, I like having my little loft, my tree house, tree fort. People call it a tree fort. Oh, it's nice you have a little fort. So it is my little tree fort, but it's more of a house than a fort. I think it's better as a tree house. My tree house room of accomplishment. And every day, I'm really doing it. I pick up my violin for a little while and play. And I don't like having yellow on with pink. I pick up my violin and play. And did you see my pink hat? And I also do a little bit of weaving. And I have no hat on. Imagine. There's my hat back there. There it is. I see it. It's on, is it on the chair or is it on the floor? Ah, I got it. Perfect. Okay. Don your Easter bonnet with all the frills upon it. I'll be the sweetest lady in the Easter parade. Look at how pretty that is now. On the avenue, 5th Avenue. So, yeah, that's better. It's funny how I didn't feel good when I was wearing a yellow hat with pink. Isn't that strange? Like, I'm not one for fashion. I mean, I just make my own little anti-fashion playground. See, I have on a bunch of yellow under this, so I have a yellow hat just in case I take off my pink. Got a stop sign here, dear. Oh, you're going the other way. Lots of people out walking their dogs this morning, you know. Enjoying the very first snow. As long as it's not too deep, you know, because I want to bring things up from the pond. I still want to be able to go to the pond. You know? I've got this little slide for Desmond. He's got to climb up a few steps and then slide in. I think he'll be using it before spring thaw, so I better get it out of there now. That was the plan. All these piles of soil. Is there tile draining or something? They're filled right to the top though. Anyway, I think I was gonna say something. Imagine that. So I picked up a hitchhiker. That was quite nice. He has no power, no heat, because somebody stayed with him and burned the chimney. When was that? A week ago? Anyway, and he hasn't got a new wood stove yet, or a new chimney or something. So he can't heat his house. Bummer. Anyway, so he's pretty cold out there. He stayed under several blankets, but you can't stay under your blankets in the daytime. If you have no heat in the daytime, maybe that's why he was leaving during the day today. He has no water. He gets this water from a stream. He has no power. It's a little cabin out in the woods. Kind of neat, eh, Willem? Mm-hmm. Some people like to live in those. It's probably a nice experience, you know? You have those experiences to look back on and think, wow, he did that. Or, you know, this is how people used to live. How does he cook? I guess he cooks on his wood stove. Maybe he just eats packaged junk food. Back to nature. Maybe he has all of his garden stuff in the house. I don't know. You don't need a freezer now very much. What's the temperature? -1? -1. So that's what, 30?
Yeah.
Be about 30. That's when we get the snow. But it's not big puffy flakes. It's the kind that accumulates. It's tiny little bits. Looks like they've salted the road, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
They salted
pretty sloshy. Yeah.
one side of it. Anyway, I remember I was telling you about my tree fort, my tree house. I turned my big chair around so that I can look out the window during the daytime. When it gets dark, then I'm looking out at a big dark black thing, but I should be facing the other way. But you know, this picking up my chair and turning it around every time I go in there is kind of silly. I don't know. I should probably have it one way and go in there at a certain time. Hey, you know what we did yesterday? We unpacked all those boxes of books and put them up on the bookshelves. In the weaving room, or the piano room. I was very pleased with that. And we did a very good job. So I'm trying to get the rooms back in order. Our bedroom is a wreck, but I got rid of a whole bunch of baskets of stuff. They're going to go into garbage bins and be outside if I need to keep stuff that's in them. I don't know why I need to keep anything that's in them. I guess it's posterity, right? So I can have them every time. The only time I look at these things is to go through and get rid of what's in them. And I'm de-junking. And then I keep the same stuff and I de-junk it later and later and later and later. And so every time I see all this stuff and I decide again, oh, I'll keep this. And the only time I go through it is for when I'm de-junking. Have you noticed that? Yes, and anyway. So I'm gonna de-junk more. So I got them out of the bedroom, but because I had to empty the closet in Abraham's room, the downstairs bedroom, because I had to empty the closet in there, I brought everything upstairs, and there's not room in the closets upstairs for that stuff too. So I went through and I got a big plastic garbage bag of clothes to put in a bin, go outside, get stored outside. Anyway, but the house will be a lot more empty, a lot cleaner. Won't be so much stuff to have a mess from. And I put the small bedroom back together. He's still working on the closet there, so there's nothing in that closet now. And I've got all the hangers lying on the bed, but otherwise I put it all back together in there. It's looking good. And so the weaving room is coming right along. There are now a lot of bins and boxes down there beside the loom, which need to be put into bins, or thrown out stuff and put into bins what needs to stay. You know, if we had a basement, we wouldn't really have so much stuff. You know, we don't have a basement or an attic or much closets, and so it forces me, kind of a hoarder, to not have stuff. But I still have stuff. Built a greenhouse which is full of stuff. It was neat looking at the books that I was putting away yesterday. I got a chance to look at all of my books. I have lots of different books. Lots of different kinds of crafts. Needlework. Weaving, spinning, dyeing, basket making, pottery. I have a lot of books. But I should read them. Yes, indeed. I should do some reading. Anyway, so that's what I was doing. I felt good. So now the tree house, the small bedroom, and the weaving room, or the piano room, those rooms are almost in shape. That makes me feel very good. Makes me feel very good indeed. I've still got much to do. Oh, I wouldn't do it. Anyway, that's it for now. Goodbye. You can do this at home.